Hello and welcome all my grade 9 advanced students to today's session. In today's session, we are looking at the answer key for end of term exam for math for term 1 and the exam coverage. So let's get started. So the first question is translate sentences into equations. This is from learning objective 1 to 4 questions on page 71 of your math book. So very easy. 2 added to 3 times a number m is the same as 18. So it will be 3m plus 2 is equal to 18. The product of 5 and sum of a number x and 3 is 12. So 5 times x plus 3 is equal to 12. The quotient of 24 and x equals 14 minus 2 times x, and 9 times a number y subtracted from 85 is 7 times the sum of 4 and the number. So these are the answers for the 4 questions. Next we have solve equations by using multiplication and division. So these are one-step equation. So we do cross multiplication and the answer would come out to be minus 32, minus 54, minus 15 and minus 7 for the questions. Next, you solve equations involving more than one operation. So here you have to solve the equation for x and assume a is another constant. So the solution for these will be the following. So you can check your answer using the equations. I will solve one question for you. Ax plus 3 is equal to 23. So how do you solve it? You need to solve for x. So keep it here. Move the 3 on the other side. It will become 23 minus 3, which is 20. So Ax is equal to 20. So x is equal to 20 divided by a. This is going to be the solution for 18th. Let's do one more. 25. So minus 3 is equal to ax plus 11. We need the value of x, so we are going to move this 11 on the other side. It becomes minus 11, which is equal to minus 14, and again we need value of x, so we divide by a. So this is the answer. Next we have absolute value equations, which I have solved in the video for exam coverage part 1 grade 8 elite end of term math exam. So I will put the link in the description box. Please see about the two cases that I used to solve and to get the answer. Your solution will look like this, as you see in pink. Next we have solve the proportion, if necessary round off to the nearest 100. So here you are going to use cross multiplication. You multiply both sides by 45 so that 45 and 45 cancels. And your x is equal to 45 multiplied with 15 divided by 25, which is going to give you 27. Next you have this one, so directly you can just cross multiply the equation. Instead of doing this, there is another method. One is your book method, one is my method. Whichever you find easy, please do that. Answer is going to be same if you are doing no calculation mistake. So cross multiplication is this one, which you already know. So 24x is equal to 9 times 2x minus 3. Use distributive property, multiply by distribution. So this is 18x minus 27, 24x. Now you take the like term on one side. So 24x minus 18x is equal to minus 27, which is 6x equal to minus 27. Divide by 6 both sides, so x is equal to minus 27 by 6, which is minus 4.5. So as you see, answer is same. Next we solve proportions, example 1, 2 and 3 given on page 109, 1010 and 1011 of your math book. So here if you see, you are given parts of Mexico City are sinking at the rate of, I will highlight the important information, 140 centimeters every 5 years. If the rate remains constant, how many centimeters will the city sink in the next 12 years? Now I want you to understand that 140 centimeters, it is sinking in 5 years. So in 10 years it will sink by 2 times, that means 280 centimeters. Now because 10 years is slightly less than 12 years, so Mexico City will sink more than 280 centimeters, that's for sure. Now let it sink by C number of centimeters. Then we are using the proportion that the city sinks in 140 centimeter divided by in 5 years is equal to the city sinks C centimeter divided by 12 years. So you use the proportion, this one, again use cross multiplication, and the value of C will come out to be 336. So the city sinks by 336 centimeter in 12 years. Next is solve equations for specific variables, page 124. So for example, you have to solve for y. Okay, so that means I will just explain you the answer. So for y means you will keep x at one place and move the y alone. So when y is alone, you divide it by 2. 2 into khalas, so y is x minus 1 by 2. Isolate the variable which you need to find. For example, you in this question you need to solve for m. That means you will keep m on one side. So 4m, keep this m on the other side, minus m is equal to t, or 3m is equal to t. So m is t divided by 3. So that's your answer. Next is graphing the linear equation. Here we use the concept of y equal to mx plus b, slope intercept form, where m is the slope and slope is nothing but rise over run. B is the y-intercept. So use this information to draw the graph and your graph will come out to be like this. You can also draw the x and y table to do it alternatively. Find the x-intercept and the y-intercept of the graph of the equation. This is very easy. For x-intercept, y is 0. For y-intercept, x is 0. So your intercepts will come out to be like this. Let's do one question. 5x plus 3y is 15. So for x-intercept means the point where the graph is touching the x-axis. Put y equal to 0 here. So what do you get? Y is khalas, only x. So that means x is 3. So this is the x-intercept. For y-intercept, put x as 0. So when you put x as 0, you get 3y equal to 15 or y equal to 5. So your x and y intercept are the following. Similarly, you can solve for the remaining questions. Next question is on rate of change. So we are going to use the formula that rate of change is equal to change in y over change in x. So you take any two values. For example, I take these values. Then what is the rate of change? Change in y means 15 minus 10, and change in x 4 minus 3. So this is 5 over 1. So the rate of change is 5. Similarly here, if you see, find the average annual rate of change of the population density from 2000 to 2009 means this is 9 years. So value of x, this is x, this is y. So what is the value? 96.7 minus 79.6 over 2009 minus 2000. So this is 9 years for sure. And now you subtract the decimals. So 96.7 minus 79.6 is going to give you 17.1, which is going to be approximately 1.9. So the rate of change is 1.9, and you can check your answers. This is, oh, so we have done a mistake here. We had to do 4 minus 3. Okay, let's just correct this. So this was 4 minus 3 divided by 15 minus 10, so 1 by 5. Okay, this is correct, and your answer would be minus 6 for that, and about 1.9 people per square mile for the population density. Okay, write each equation in slope-intercept form, that is y equal to mx plus b form. So here you are given, let's do one question. minus 10x plus 2y equal to 12. So this is not in slope intercept form. This is in standard form. So we have to convert it into slope intercept form. That means we are going to keep the y here and move the other term on the other side. So this becomes 12 minus 10x, or you can write in a better way 10x plus 12. Why I've written this? Because I first want x and then the number. So 2y is this. Now I divide by 2 on both sides. And why do I do that? Because I need coefficient of y to be 1. So this 2 into colors. Now y equal to minus 5x plus 6. So this is now in slope intercept form, y equal to mx plus b, where the slope is minus 5 and b is 6. So m is minus 5, b is 6. So that's your way to convert slope intercept form. Similarly, you can convert the remaining equation in slope intercept form and the answer would come out to be this one. And here there is one sign change that we have to do. Minus 10 will go here, it will become plus. So this is plus 5 and plus here. Next question is on vertical translations of linear functions. Describe the translation gx equal to x minus 2 as it relates to the graph of the parent function. So here the parent function will be y equal to x. And if you compare with x minus h, here h is 2. So here graph the linear function fx equal to x, that is fx equal to x, this blue line, this is the parent function, and gx is equal to fx plus k. What is the value of k? K is minus 2. So therefore it is going to k equal to minus 2. This is the vertical translation. So the graph is going to go down by 2 units. You can see 1 2 1 2 1 2, and this green graph is the new graph of gx. So it has gone down by 2 units. So therefore the graph of fx equal to x is translated 2 units down to get the graph of gx, and it is a translation of the graph of the parent function 2 units down. Now if you have the table of values, then how can you draw the graph? X is any value that you take. So one is negative, one is 0, one is positive. Then f of x is the same value because f of x is equal to x, so both are going to be the same. Now f of x minus 2 is the new graph. So f of x minus 2 would be this value, and the points would be minus 2 comma minus 4, 0 comma minus 2, and 1 comma minus 1. So if you draw these points and join them, you get the green graph. That's another way of doing the question. So describe the translation of gx equal to x plus 5 as it relates to the graph of the parent function. So here also we can draw the table of values. We can take some negative, 0 and positive value. So x plus 5 would be minus 2 plus 5, which is 3. 0 plus 5, which is 5, 1 plus 5, which is 6. So similarly, f of x plus h would be the same value, 3, 5, 6, because the parent function is f of x equal to x, identity function. Then x comma gx would be minus 2 comma minus 2 comma 3, 0 comma 5, and 1 comma 6. So these are the three new points. Now because f of x equal to x is the identity, g of x is f of x minus h, so h is going to be minus 5. How do you compare? See, gx is x plus 5 given to you, and you are comparing with x minus h. So when you are comparing with x minus h, you can say your minus h is 5 or h is minus 5. Okay, because you can write this as x minus of minus 5. So therefore the value of h is negative 5, and because h is negative 5, therefore the graph will be translated 5 units left. So gx equal to x plus 5 is a translation of the graph of the parent function 5 units left. And as you see, the blue is the original graph, the green is the new graph, and it is moved to the left by 5 units. So this is a question on horizontal translation. Now we do a question on multiple translation or mixed translation. So here gx is equal to x minus h plus k. You are going to compare it with the given question. So gx equal to x minus 6 plus 3. So h is 6 and k is 3. So if h is 6, it is going to move right by 6 units and it is going to go up by 3 units. So this is the transformation which is going to happen. So as I explained, h and k, these are the values. So the function is going to have a translation of the graph of the parent function 6 units right and 3 units up. So if blue is the original graph, then you first go 6 unit right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 1, 2, 3, 3 units up. So this is the green graph that you are going to be getting. You can also similarly do the table of values like this, like we have done in the previous questions. Okay, now this is easy question. You have to construct arithmetic sequence. So first find the common difference of each of the arithmetic sequence, then find the next three terms. So common difference is like one term minus the previous term. So you do that. You do subtraction. Similarly here 12 minus 6, here 19 minus 21, here 0 minus of minus half. So this is going to be the common difference, and then you can get the next term by adding the common difference. So if you want to find the next term for say this question, this one, question number 10, then the common difference is 6, so you add 6, so the next term is 30, next term is 36, next term is 42, and so on. So similarly here you see the correct answers for the question, and this is how it will be solved. Now use the graph of the function to write the equation. So for these questions, the correct answers would be, this is absolute value function, and you can see that absolute value function has V-shaped graph. It has moved to the left by 2 units, so the translation is x plus h. Here it has moved to the left by 1 unit and down by 2 units, so x plus 1 minus h. So I will write here gx would be f of x minus h plus k. This is the transformation. So accordingly you have to see. So here the graph is just going down by 3 units. So h is 0, k is minus 3. So you put that value here. So what do you get? Absolute value of h minus 3. So this is the equation. Similarly here you will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units left. So that means h is minus 5. So put it here in this equation, you will get x plus 5. This is 1 unit up. So k is plus 1, h is 0. Here it is 4 units to the right and 2 units down. So 4 units right means h is 4, k is minus 2 because it is going down. So put that in this equation. So what you get? X minus h is x minus 4 minus 2. So this is how you write the equation using the graph. Okay, write the equation of the line that passes through the given point and has the given slope. So point and slope is given, so you will use point slope form. What is point slope form? Y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1, and because you have to write the equation of the line that passes through the given point and given slope, you have to give your final answer in y equal to mx plus b form. So let's solve one question. I will do question 4 here. So y minus, this is x1, this is y1, this is m. So y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. So solve, open the brackets, do distributive. This comes out to be this one. So y is equal to mx minus 15 plus 4. So y equal to mx plus b. This is the equation in slope intercept. You can check your answers in slope intercept form. This is coming equal. So what we used the point slope form. We used the point x1, y1 and the slope m to get to slope intercept form where M is slope and B is the y-intercept. Okay. Write an equation in slope-intercept form for the line that passes through the given point. So in each part you are given points like this, and this. So x1, y1 is given to you and parallel to the graph of the equation. One equation is given, you have to find the equation which is parallel to it passing through the point. And then you also have to write the equation of a line that passes through the given point, the same point, and perpendicular to the graph of the equation. So here we are going to use the concept of parallel lines and perpendicular lines to solve the question. So remember, parallel lines have same slope. So if I want to find an equation of a line parallel to this, and this is y equal to mx plus b, always compare with slope-intercept form. So the slope is 1, b is 4. So you will write y equal to same value mx plus b. Okay, now this line is parallel to this line because the slope is equal. Now b may be different, but the concept that slope is equal gives you this thing. Perpendicular lines means the product of slope is -1, or slopes are negative reciprocal of each other. So what is the negative reciprocal of 1? It is -1. Or you can say m2 is -1 divided by m. Okay, so here your answer would be for the -1 as this one. So you can check your answer and solve it accordingly. Next is find the inverse of these functions. So there are going to be 4 steps that we follow. Step 1, replace fx with y. So the equation we are solving, answer 16, becomes y equal to 8x minus 5. Step 2, interchange x and y. That means where there is y, put x, where there is x, put y. Okay, so I hope you are seeing how I'm interchanging the two variables. Step 3, solve for y. So let's find y here. So x plus 5 divided by 8 is y. And last step, step 4, replace y with f inverse x. So your answer is f inverse x equal to x plus 5 divided by 8. Let's check our answer. So that is correct. Similarly, you can solve the remaining questions using these 4 steps. Next is solve each inequality. Graph the solution on the number line. Very easy question. The method that you have to use here is called cross multiplication, which you are very well aware of. So just cross multiply 4 with -17. You will get -68. So m less than equal to -68. So when it is equal to, there is a closed dot at that point -68, and it is m less, so it will go on the left side. Similarly, a less than 40, so it is strictly less, there is no equal to, so there will be an open dot and it will move on the left side because a can be less than 40 but cannot be more than 40. Similarly, this one here, C is greater than 121. When you multiply by negative, the inequality changes. So C greater than 121 with no equal to means open circle at 121 and moving towards the right. Similarly, you will get answers to other questions. Remember, a closed dot when equal to is there, and open dot when equal to is not there. Solve each inequality, then graph the solution on the number line. So the solution will be as follows. You can see the number line and the solution in the question. Next we have solve each compound inequality. So compound inequality is the one that has OR with it. You see OR here. So two inequalities connected by an OR is a compound inequality. So here the solution would be like this. Because it is OR, so there will be no common intersection. And you have to now describe the compound inequality that describes the graph. So your answer would be the following. Some are or, some are and. Okay, the first two where you have common intersection, here there is an open dot, so it is -3 strictly less than x, and here there is a closed dot, so it is having equal to also at 3. Here it is 1 and 4, and at 1 and 4 you have the you have equal to included because it is closed dot. Similarly here it is or because there is no common intersection. X is less than -2 going on the left, and x is greater than equal to 1 because there is a closed dot. That brings us to the end of today's video. I hope the video was useful for you, and if it was, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends of grade 9 advanced who are going to give the math exam on Thursday. All the very best from my side for your exam. Do well and see you in my next video. Bye students.